Hey everyone, welcome to the video. This one we're going over my cheat sheet for Sunday's NASCAR race at the ROVAL, the Bank of America 400. The season is dwindling down, but I just want to say I've really enjoyed making these videos for you guys, and I hope I've been of at least some help to you guys when you make your lineups. Anyway, before we continue, if you could leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. We're about to hit 2,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate all the support on this channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at ChrisPennell16, and my spreadsheet's available in the link in the description below. And I think we can just get right into it. So let's just go over some race and track info. First of all, so like I said, this is the Bank of America ROVAL 400, and that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty weird. They've only raced here once, a very new track. So most of the data and strategy I'm using is just from their road track histories, the drivers. So anyway, this is the ROVAL. It's a road course. It's 2.28 miles in length, and just for like a single lap. And there's going to be 109 laps, which means there's only 81.75 Dominator points available, which is not a lot whatsoever. So Dominator points are not going to be too important. I know, some races have like 300 Dominator points available, which we want to load up on Dominators. This is not the case. And strategy and tips for this racetrack, we want one Dominator max per lineup. So don't just try to jam in a bunch of Dominators. Now you do want guys that can finish high, so they might actually you might actually have to end up playing like two high-end guys, which could both be Dominators. But don't go out of your way to just jam in a bunch of Dominators, because really chances are the most laps anyone's going to lead is like 40, 50. So not too important. And you really just want to use guys that are good at road courses, which I'll go over soon. And then we want guys that can finish high. And a lot of times, guys that start high end up finishing high. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. And let's just go to the cheat sheet and pretty much go over the drivers that I have interest in, or some of the drivers I do not have interest in. So starting up top, Martin Truex Jr., 10,900, he qualified 8th, and he is pretty much the road course god lately. He has won 3 out of the last 6 road course races. Now I'm using the past 5 races for my data. So I'm using some Sonoma, I'm using some Watkins Glen, and I believe I am using the one race at the ROVAL. So that's what the data we are looking at right now. So Truex Jr., he has been an absolute stud, averaging 44 DraftKings points per race at road courses, average drive rating of 128.7, which is the best out of anybody here. Average finish of 4, which is, again, the best. Has 2 wins, which is tied with Chase Elliott. In the top 5, 80% of the time. Top 10, 80% of the time. Top 15, 100% of the time. He's averaging 26 laps led, 19 fast laps, which is the most out of anyone besides Chase Elliott, who does have him beat in average fast laps by 1 lap. So Martin Truex Jr. has been an absolute stud here. He's got an average running position of 4, which is, the best, and Chase Elliott is second. So the guy's an absolute stud here. Love Martin Truex Jr. I would probably have him my highest owned driver, if not at least close to it. And there's a couple of other really great plays, but definitely Martin Truex Jr. Chances are he's probably going to win this race, and he's just been really strong the past 2 races. So look for that to continue this weekend. Then Kyle Busch, 10,700, he qualified 17th, so we do have some place differential upside. Now, place differential isn't the most huge thing at these kind of tracks. We just want guys that can finish high, but Kyle Busch, he qualified 17th. He's going to move up, and I know there's not a lot of laps, but he's going to move up to the front. That's just what he does, and he has been very good at road courses as well. Not as good as Martin Truex Jr., but actually is averaging more DraftKings points per race here at road courses with 47.75, average drive rating of 107, average finish of 10. He's in the top 5 60% of the time, top 15 80% of the time, and he's averaging 7 laps led and 9 fast laps, which I know these numbers do not sound like a lot, but there's not a lot of laps at road courses. So Kyle Busch has been very good here. Now, if you're going to ask me if I'm going to want to play either Martin Truex Jr. or Kyle Busch, I'm going to go with Martin Truex Jr. I think there's a better chance of him getting up front and leading laps. I know I said leading laps is not that important here, but if you get the guy that leads the most laps, chances are he's going to be in the winning lineup. So I do like Martin Truex Jr., but Kyle Busch is fine too. He can always get up front. And Denny Hamlin, 10,400, he qualified 28th. So I do think the chalk way to go, or two of the highest owned drivers heading into the weekend are going to be Martin Truex Jr., and then we're going to want the place differential guy, Denny Hamlin, who also can get up front. He's good at road courses. And then qualifying 28th. He's definitely in play here. He's only averaging 33 DraftKings points per race, but he usually doesn't qualify 28th. Now, he is in a backup car. He did wreck his primary car in practice 1 right into the wall. So they were kind of just test driving it during qualifying, so that's why he kind of qualified so bad. but he's going to be stronger during the race. Average driver rating of 96, average finish of 8.6, which is very, very good. He's in the top 5 40% of the time, top 10 60% of the time, top 15 100% of the time. He's going to move up. He's going to get you positive place differential, and he's got top 10, top 5 even finishing position potential. So definitely like Denny Hamlin. He is definitely in play, starting 28th, one of the safest plays on the board. And then Kevin Harvick, he qualified 6th, and he's 10,200. He's kind of going to be an oddball guy out, I think, for me. Now, I know he's pretty good here, but so I want to play Truex and I want to play Denny Hamlin. It's kind of hard to fit in Kevin Harvick, and I want to play Kyle Busch too. So, I mean, you can't just play every single person. Now, if you're mass entering, I tend to like to do 20 entry maxes and single entry maxes for NASCAR. If you're going 150, yeah, I get exposure to Kevin Harvick, but I got to take a stand somewhere. Last week, I took my stance that I was going to fade Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin from like the big dogs, and I played Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, those kind of guys, and Brad Keselowski, and those actually did very well in there because Denny Hamlin didn't end up leading any laps, and neither did Kevin Harvick. So my stand this week, I'm probably not going to have too much Kevin Harvick. Now, I will say this video is made before final practice tomorrow, so if he ends up just murdering practice, I might change my opinion on that, so keep a lookout for that. But as of right now, I could see Kevin Harvick being the odd guy out for me, just because I think Martin Truex Jr. is better play, and they qualified pretty similar, and I don't really see both of them. They're both not going to hit value. I think one of them does, so you can take whatever side you want, but I'm personally on the Martin Truex Jr. side. I know Kevin Harvick is less expensive, but still it's only $700, and you're going to make one of them the staple of your lineup, so it's not like you're going to just fill in whoever fits at the end. But let's just go over Kevin Harvick's stats. At road courses, very good, averaging 36 DraftKings points per race, average driver rating of 102, average finish of 6.8, which is very good, but only in the top 5%, 20% of the time, top 10, 100% of the time, though, which is incredible. So I do like Kevin Harvick, but I will say I like Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch better, and Denny Hamlin. So I probably won't have too much exposure to him. Might end up full fading. If I do, he'll probably dominate the race, so just know that. But he is in play. I do have him listed as a potential dominator. The green guys are my dominators. The blue guys are place differential. Yellow are GPP plays that I also like. And then orange are cheap guys. And then reds are fades. So it's going to be for Harvick. I mean, he's good here, but road courses. But again, just finds himself in a weird spot. Then we got Brad Keselowski, 10,000, starting 11th. Not too bad at road courses. Not the best, but average DraftKings points per race, 41. Average driver rating, 83. Average finish of 17.6. I do not like that. The two Penske cars of Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano tend to not perform very well at road courses, so I really don't see myself having too much exposure to them. So you can see he's in the top 5, 0% of the time, top 10, 20% of the time. In the top 20, 80% of the time, top 15, 40% of the time, those numbers are not encouraging at 10K, so I'm really not going to have too much interest in Brad Keselowski whatsoever. And same with Joey Logano. We qualified 3rd, and he is bad here compared to what he usually does. He's only averaging 23 DraftKings points per race. I keep saying here, but just know I mean road courses, because it's just, in all my other videos, I usually say here because I got the stats for the specific track. Average drive rating of 64. Average finish of 22. He's in the top 10, 20% of the time. Top 15, 40. Top 10, 20% of the time. Top 15, 20% of the time. Top 20, 40% of the time. These are bad numbers, especially for someone that's 9,800. So not really any interest whatsoever in Joey Logano. I do have him listed as a fade. Chase Elliott, he qualified 19th, and I actually have a lot of interest in Chase Elliott. He's very good at road courses. He ended up spinning in qualifying just a little bit. Wasn't anything too serious. But they ended up qualifying 19th, and he's actually averaging the most DraftKings points per race at road courses at 52.75 in the past 5 races. Average driver rating of 121, which is second only to Martin Truex Jr. Does have 2 wins. He's in the top 5 60% of the time, top 10 80% of the time. Has the most laps led at road courses the past 5 races, averaging the most laps led at 27, second in fast laps at 13.4. I think Chase Elliott's a tremendous play, and he's really not that expensive at 9,600. So definitely in play for me. Kyle Larson, not in love with it. He is a GP. I do have him listed as GPP play, but again, not someone I'm too interested in. Ryan Blaney, though, he actually ended up winning the ROVAL last year, and I don't hate him this week. averaging 38 DraftKings points per race. Ended up qualifying 9th. I do have him listed as a GPP play. Does have an average finish of 11 on road courses. He does have one win. Like I said, it was the ROVAL. In the top 5, 60% of the time, though, I really do like that. He's not like his Penske teammates like Hess and Logano. He's actually pretty darn good at these. So don't mind Ryan Blaney whatsoever. Just solid performances all around for him. And then Kurt Busch, he's another good guy, another guy that's really good at road courses. Qualified 23rd, only 9K, averaging 46 DraftKings points per race at road courses. Average driver rating of 93, average finish of 8.6. Top 5, 20% of the time, not the best, but top 10, 80% of the time. Top 15, 100% of the time. I love Kurt Busch, one of my favorite plays heading into the weekend. Eric Jones, he's qualified 15th, 8,800. Not too shabby at road courses. Averaging 41 DraftKings points per race. Average finish of 10. He's in the top 5, 40% of the time. Top 10, 80% of the time. Kind of finds himself in a weird spot in salary, but I do think he is in play. I can't see him having too much ownership because he's priced right around Kurt Busch, and everyone's going to flock to Kurt Busch. So, and then everyone's going to play not everyone, but people are going to play William Byron on the pole, which I think is a mistake. So, getting into William Byron, starting in the pole, no interest. Average finish of 21 at road courses, averaging 24 DraftKings points per race. Does not have a top 5, top 10, 20% of the time, top 15, 20% of the time. We don't need dominators here, and he's probably going to get passed very, very soon when the race starts. So no interest in William Byron for me. Clint Bowyer is a GPP play for me. He qualified 5th, but he's very good at road courses, averaging 37 DraftKings points per race. Average finish of 9.6 in the top 40% of the time. Clint Bowyer is a pretty good play for me heading into the weekend. GPP play because he qualified 5th, but I do think he can finish the race around there too. Ryan Newman is a place differential play. Is he very good at road courses? Not at all, but qualifying 24th, I'm going to put him in play, but again, don't love it. Not one of my favorite plays. Alex Bowman, 2nd. Not terrible road courses. Average DraftKings points per race, 32. Smaller sample size, but average finish of 11. Not too bad, to be honest, in the top 5, 20% of the time, top 10, 40% of the time. But the problem is he qualified 2nd, and he's going to fall back. I don't see him winning this race or finishing 2nd. So, don't really love it. If he top 5, I guess you won't be too upset, but still, don't like him qualifying 2nd. Jimmy Johnson qualified 4th. Don't love that. Team Hendricks, outside of Chase Elliott, qualified very well. Eric Almirola, he is not terrible here. He did qualify 16th, 7,700. Average finish of 14 at road courses in the top 10, 40% of the time. Top 15, 60% of the time. So chances are he is going to move up. And I don't see him having much ownership, so he's probably a better GPP play. Matt DiBenedetto had a very nice race at one of the road courses this season, and he's just been he's been a lot better driver than he has because he's in better equipment this season. So I do like Matt DiBenedetto. He qualified 18th, average finish of 14.6 at road courses. So I think he's going to move up, and he's got top 10 upside. So I do like that. It does have a top 5, 20% of the time, top 10, 40% of the time. So I do like Matt DiBenedetto. Should be able to move up. And then Chris Buescher, not too interested in him, qualifying 12th. Daniel Suarez. So I qualified 13th, and he's actually pretty good at road courses, averaging 43 DraftKings points per race. Does have an average finish of 14.8, so he isn't played for me. Does have a top 5. So Suarez does have GBP interest for me. Paul Menard qualified 10th. I wish he qualified a little bit lower, so no interest for me in Paul Menard. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who lost his ride, not interested. Austin Dillon, screw Austin Dillon. Ty Dillon, average finish of 27, qualified 29th. If you fit your lineup, I guess he might move up a couple spots, but not too interested. Bubba Wallace, no interest really there. Daniel Hemrick, no thank you. Ryan Preece, no. Michael McDowell, sure. Now, I will say he actually went to the hospital for kidney stones, I guess, so, but I mean, he's going to be fine for the race, but he's only 6K, pretty good at road courses, average finish of 19.6, averaging 27 DraftKings points per race. 6K, I'll take a shot at that. He did qualify 22nd. I wish it was a little bit lower, but still, it's not bad. He should be able to move up a little bit. Corey LaJoie, no thank you. Matt Tifft is in play, average finish of 26. Now, that is not a big sample size whatsoever, but averaging 22 DraftKings points per race at road courses. Starting 34th, he's really cheap. I'll take a shot at Matt Tifft. David Reagan, yeah, I should actually probably give him the orange tag. I guess I kind of overlooked him initially, but does have an average finish of 21 at road courses, averaging 18 DraftKings points per race, which is not very good, but still, he's only 5,700. Landon Castle, no. Ross Chastain, no. Parker Kligerman, yes, he qualified 38th, and he's only 5,100, so he's dirt cheap. Average finish at road courses of 25.8. I will definitely take a shot there. He's going to open up some salary. He's going to let us possibly get in 3 big dogs. We'll see. So I don't mind taking a shot there. He can't move any further down than he is now. So pretty safe play at 5,100, and I like the guy. And that's really going to be it for the breakdown there. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I really enjoyed making these videos for you. I know the season's coming to an end pretty soon, but we're still at it till the season's over. So anyway, before I get out of here, remember to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. Really appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter at ChrisPennell16, and I hope you guys enjoy the race. If you have any questions, tweet me, leave a comment in the comment section or whatever. Wish you guys the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video.